Good evening, and welcome to my webinar. I know that I promised it for a long time to start webinars, start hosting webinars in English, because most of the time I organize my webinars in German and in Russian. So it was long time promise, and today is the day. And from today, I really promise to host my webinars in English at least once a week. I hope I can commit. I hope I can do it. And I hope that every week you will get used to join my webinars and be with me, ask questions, and be involved in the date of dating and matchmaking. I want to start with the beginning, or from the beginning. I want to tell you, my dear spectators, who am I and what can I do for you? I can offer you a lot of services. I can offer you a lot of different projects and events, how to find your big love. The most important thing, you should be involved, you should be coachable, you should be active, you should ask questions, and you should participate. Because if I offer you some service or some event and you are not joining, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Thank you so much for being my guest today, and welcome to my first ever free open webinar in English. I hope that I can keep my promise and host these webinars once a week, at least. I hope I can do it. Because I do the same in German and in English once a week, in German and in Russian. So once a week I host webinar in German for my German-speaking clients, and once a week in Russian for my Russian-speaking clients. And now is the day, and probably Thursday will be the day for English language, for English webinar. Who am I and why I can be your matchmaker who can help you to find your big love? My name is Ksenia Droben. Probably you can see it on the name of my YouTube channel. And I'm an award-winning international matchmaker and dating coach. I have been doing this for 26 years. I really cannot believe. When I was a child, I wanted to be a teacher. And I played a teacher for quite a long time with my little toys, and I built my own school and even created my own books for my students in the school. Then it was quite a long period of time. I dreamt to be a lawyer, solicitor, and I think I could be a good one, this mean one like you can see in the films. But in the end of the day, I am a matchmaker, and this job combines all my dreams, really all my dreams, because I teach, I learn from my clients, I have freedom to create something new. I have this liberty, I have this honor to observe people from the beginning and really help them in difficult situation. Of course, we have to solve a lot of psychological problems, communications problems, law problems, legal problems as well. So I can say that I combine all possible profession in my job as matchmaker. Who am I now? As I said, I'm an award winning, and you can see my awards around me. I'm surrounded by my awards, and I'm very proud to get it, because it's really acknowledgement of what I did. And special story about this award, because I got this award a couple of weeks ago in Germany. And it was huge ceremony, very interesting. And he is written in German, so I am the company of the future. And it fits, because really what I do in my job, I create the future right now. But in the same room, at the same award ceremony, was one of my couples. They came to the same event to get their award for his job. But just think how crazy this is, to be in the room. You get award to create a future, but the results of your job are already in the room. It's amazing. I get goosebumps when I think about it. So, being in this job for 26 years, it means I started in the time before internet, with normal letters and all this development from their SMS messages or digital photos, internet, all this aiding to my process. But when people ask me how my profession changed over the time, I always say that 26 years ago it was much easier, because I think people were not so spoiled by this paradox of choice. I remember the time I had the clients. I came to the clients really with a couple of photos, just to show a couple of photos. They were not real profiles. It was more my idea about this person. So like short introduction, and I always get dates. So it means my clients, not I personally. I always could convince clients to meet these candidates, just showing one photo and telling a couple of facts and more what I think about these people. But now I experience sometimes the situation where somebody is going to my website and see these thousands and thousands of amazing girls on the website, and some men say, oh, I didn't like anybody on your website. Or even worse, I like only one person on your website. I know I am spoiled. I know I am picky. And I think, yes, you are. Yes, you are really. So as I said, 26 years ago, it was much easier to match people because they just listened, and probably they didn't pay so much attention to the photos, not being so picky, like all of us right now. We all are picky, it's not offense, it's just a fact. I like personal meetings, so I push my client to meet in person as soon as possible, not texting, because being international matchmaker, I have to solve a lot of problems, even with language, all this lost in translation. So from my opinion, the sooner people meet in person, the better. And what we do quite actively, we do a lot of online dates and online events, because meeting over the video can save you a lot of time. Instead of driving somewhere and spending a lot of time to drive, to pay for parking, for petrol, and your time in the restaurant, it's much easier just to meet for 10, 15, 20 minutes over the video, check if you might like this person or maybe not, and then you don't have to spend all this time driving to the place of your date. In the same way, we organize online events. I will tell you about this a little bit later, because it's part of information I prepared for you. And if you don't like videos, I don't like videos myself. I don't like me on the videos. Even I host a lot of webinars all the time. But over the video, you can tell about yourself everything except your smell. And you can understand everything about the other person on the other side of your wire. You can understand everything about this person except smell. So it means you drive somewhere, you fly somewhere, you spend a lot of time, a lot of money just to meet this person for coffee, and you're disappointed if it doesn't go well, or you just spend 10, 15 minutes over the video, overtake your disliking of videos, and you can check everything over the videos except smell. I will tell you about my events later on. Wait. So now it's just an introduction what I do. I am a member of Matchmaking Alliance. I am a member of Matchmaking Institute. I am a member of Association of British Introduction Agencies. So for me, in my job, is very important not only to match people, but to learn from the best. to learn from the best, to soak all this information, to share all this information, and of course, being surrounded by the best professionals in the world in this niche. Because some people might wonder how many matchmakers we are. There are a lot of hundreds, if not thousands, matchmakers in the world. Even Tinder cannot destroy this industry, or on the other side, maybe Tinder emphasize for people the importance of hiring matchmaker and getting personal service instead of being anonymous on the dating apps. Yes, so I have been doing this for 26 years, and I think I have this energy and interested to this job to continue for the next 26 years. Realistically, even when I get old and weak, I can still work because I don't need anything. I don't need any tools. I just need my head and my mouth. That's all. So welcome. I can help you. My short report about 2024, it was crazy year for us as a matchmaking company, because 2024, we organized single events in 5 countries of the world. It's really 5 countries of the world, several events in Germany in different cities, several events in London in the UK. Then there was one event in Vienna in Austria, then in Kazakhstan in Almaty, and one event was in Russia in St. Petersburg, 5 countries. Before the COVID, before the war, we organized the events in the Ukraine, and I hope one day when everything is over, we can do it again. Why events? I will tell you why do I do it and what is so special about them. But events, single events, online or offline, doesn't matter. It gives you the freedom. Don't read all this information from the profile, but just being concentrated on their chemistry, to check the people and not the facts. There is really interesting psychological thing about first impression. Usually we say, oh, the first impression was right, or the first impression was wrong. Realistically, there are 2 first impressions, first and second. First impression is the moment, if you sit in the restaurant and wait for your date, the first impression is the moment when the door is opening and the red carpet is rolling out and music is playing and this person is entering the room. So what your subconscious mind think about this person seeing him for her or him for the first time. This first. Second, this is impression when you start talking to this person. This information you get from this person, the stories. And when I usually ask which impression is more important, people usually say, of course, text. Realistically not. The science says that more important is first impression, this moment or seconds or milliseconds when we see this person for the first time. So what does it mean for you? It means for you that it doesn't matter what you tell people about yourself. First impression is already built and it's already in subconscious mind. So it means what I recommend to my clients when they go to the date, start smiling 100 meters before the restaurant, because you don't know who is watching you, who is looking at you. So prepare your mood, not in the moment you enter the room, but start earlier, because nobody knows who is watching through the window, who is observing you, who can see you on the street. Just being prepared, just being aware. January 2025. Usually January is very cold month and boring month, and everybody is counting rest of money after the Christmas. But for us, it was amazing month. We had round table. It's online event. I will tell you later on what is it. Round table with 90 guests. Then there was single event in Cologne in Germany with 65 guests. Then there was a single event in Hamburg, in Germany, with 45 guests. And we had in January our online single dating party with more than 150 guests. So if we count together all singles who participated at our events in January, it's more than 350 introductions. And the main point of all these events, online or offline, we are training our communication skills. The results, I would say, the results of COVID and results of this internet world, all this texting world, is that many people, or I would say most people, they lack these communication skills. And like I say to my clients, I always say this to my clients: if I will give you your perfect partner right now, your perfect match right now, so it will be in front of you, there is 90% possibility that you will lose this person just because you don't know how to communicate right, how to ask question, what kind of question, how to show your sympathy, how to show your help, how to speak about important things like money, sex, whatever. So it means to find the right person is not enough. We have to train our romantic skills, our dating skills, to be prepared for this moment. We see this person, this perfect person, and we can start falling in love. So this is the main point of my events. And I try to emphasize for my clients that it's very, very important to be prepared, to be aware. My two favorite events, I have dreamt about them long time and I could realize them: Love Castle and Love Hotel. There are similar events. So for Love Hotel, I rent one completely hotel for us only for 4 days, and we spent 4 days together. Love Castle is happening really in the castles. We do it in the castles in the end of every year. We had already 2 castles. And we spent 3 days, one weekend together, men and women, and enjoy our time. I would say that my Love Castle and Love Hotel, it's a mix of conference, dating event, and pioneer camp, something like this, because we experience different situations that help our participant to know each other better and to see each other in different situations. Because when you just date somebody and you go just to the restaurants or go for a walk, it will take a lot of time for you to understand what is real person behind of this beautiful face. But if you spend 3 days under one roof or 4 days under one roof, and you see the person helping out, drinking too much, flirting too much, or flirting not enough, not being involved in what's happening, you can estimate, you can justice this person and see the real face. So Love Castle and Love Hotel, my favorite events, and of course 2025 we will organize one Love Castle and one Love Hotel. Definitely, I already booked. Why my single dating events are so different, and why are they so special? On the market, there are 2 different ways of single dating events. If I speak about dating events, dating parties, it's speed dating, or sometimes it's slow dating. I heard about slow dating, speed dating, where you have one-to-one conversation with every guest, with every man, every woman, depends on who you are, or something like disco mingling. It's nice. It's nice to use or to try all of them, but why it's wrong? And I'm a completely enemy of such events, to be honest. I'm just being honest with you. Let's speak about speed dating. Speed dating, usually you have 3 minutes to have conversation one-to-one with one candidate, then you move to the next one, and you have again your 3 minutes. It's honest, it's fair to have the same time with all people in the room. But just imagine, he is, let's say, IT guy who spent most of his time in front of his screen, and he really forgot how to communicate with women in romantic way. She is single mom, and all her world is about being mom and about the life of your child. If they have 3 minutes and they're not prepared, they're not trained about introduction, he will tell her about his computer stuff or about his, I don't know, Ironman or some boring things women usually not interested at all. What will she tell him about herself? Oh, my son is 10 years old. He's such a nice boy. He's playing football. He's so amazing. But his father, he's such an asshole. And we cannot get well with him. So it means they have this time for conversation. But in the end of the day, they will tell each other absolutely irrelevant information. And of course, they will lose the interest to each other. Moving to the next table will not make the situation even better because they will tell the same things. And after repeating the same text for several times, of course, they will feel bored, they will lose all energy, and it will not get any results to anybody. Let's speak about mingling. You go in the room, you pay a little bit money, and you have a lot of candidates in the room. And realistically, it's your freedom to talk to everybody. But to be honest, are we all really ready to speak with many people when it's loud, when we don't know these people, we don't know who are these people, are they in good mood, are they really involved? No, it's not. Only few people in the room would be so active to start conversation. And if you even started conversation and you have this feeling this person is not right at all, it's so hard to stop this conversation and move to the next candidate. It's really, really hard, especially if you see amazing candidate being involved in the conversation with somebody else and you don't know what to do. Because you can't go to this person and say, it's enough. You had enough conversation with this amazing person. Now it's my turn. You cannot do it. So it means speed dating. It's good about being moderated, but it's wrong because it will be about the same text most of the time. And mingling is wrong because there are too many people. There is no moderation, and people spend their time and maybe have amazing time having drinks and nice chat, but realistically they don't get much out of it. What I do in my events, I skip introduction. I really skip introduction. We very, very rare have this moment. I am, who am I, and where I live only on online events. But if I speak about real single events in Germany or in England, it's about doing something together. I give to my clients, I give to my guests some tasks, some questions to discuss. They are immediately involved in the conversation and they don't waste their time for introduction and telling about Ironman or about their children. So it means they can enjoy this first impression first, and only if they like each other, they can check the facts about age, place, kids, salary, whatever. But first of all, we play with this first impression and give people the chance to enjoy their chemistry first, and only after it tick the box about the facts. Of course, I tell you, or I've told you a lot about my single events, but of course I don't do events only. But events, it's really my passion, so that's why I moderate them only myself, and I like I like convincing people about the advantages of single events. But of course, as matchmaking company, as an award winning matchmaking company, we organize a lot of personal introductions. But even then, Even then, if it will be about personal introduction, we will speak with you. We will show you the photos of candidates. We don't organize blind dates. And we will try to convince you to start with video date. Or even organize for you the video date, so you will be led to the video date, so you can get this first impression and understand, can you start with this person, or this person is absolutely stranger for you and nothing in common. I'm an international matchmaker, so I work with people from different countries. Sometimes people try to understand what is my niche. There is no niche. I work with people from all countries, from all religions, from all color of skin. I don't care. As long they are with me, as long they understand the importance of talking to us, as long they understand the importance of being coached and being led, probably the right word. And just because my clients, they live in different countries, sometimes on different continents, we organize a lot of online events. And I'm a big fan of online events because listening to introductions of other people, you can really learn a lot. And the main advantage of any single events, really, if you visit my events or to go to some competitors, you are not emotionally involved. Just imagine you met somebody on the dating app and you spent a lot of time in conversation, in chatting. Of course, the longer you text, the longer you write, the more you are involved with your emotions in this person. And of course, you would like to meet this person. Of course, you have already some hopes, some dreams, some, hopes, probably the right word. And if you see this person and it doesn't work, of course, it's a big disappointment. If you go to a single event, online or offline, it really doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any difference. You are not involved with your emotions at all. So it means your head is sober. I don't mean the drinks, I mean emotions. Your head is sober and you can really analyze what people tell about themselves and how do they tell it. It's so amazing to observe people in the way how they introduce themselves and what exactly facts from their life they emphasize and which story they tell and what is important for them. If you're not emotionally involved, you can see it, you can see it sorted, you can analyze it. What am I offering for you for February? As I told you already, in January, we organized altogether 4 events, and it means for us 350 introductions. In January, we had already our single event in London. It wasn't big, about 30 singles, but it was great. It was great, the mood, the introductions, the conversations, all these something special and amazing people, always amazing people who visit my events in London. Always amazing, even not big groups. Okay, on the 9th of February, you are invited for round table. Round table is one online meeting on Zoom. I hope everybody knows what Zoom. So we meet on Zoom and it's conversation women against men or men against women. So it's something like not introducing themselves, but it's a question, what women usually think in situation when, or how men react if woman does this. So it means it's really one question for men, and men answer this question, several men answer this question, and one question for women, and women answer this question. Usually it takes about 90 minutes. It's absolutely free for clients and non-clients, and we have 2 different ways or sorts of roundtable in German or in English. If it's in German, I translate from German into Russian. And on the 9th of January, there will be a roundtable in English. So it means we all speak English. Who wants to, of course, no push, no rush. So we speak English and I moderate only. At the same time, we have our amazing conversation about what women want or what men want. At the same time, of course, you can communicate with other singles in the chat. So it's something like online single party where you can ask questions you would like to know, and at the same time you can chat with other singles and get more leads, more matches for you. It works amazing, believe me, because I think it works amazing just because people who are ready to spend 90 minutes of their life on Sunday just to talk to people, all these people are already amazing. Then Valentine's Day, of course, we have to organize something special. On Valentine's Day, there will be YouTube online single dating party. It's our tradition as well. So we organize already a couple of YouTube single parties. How it works? Some people just want to watch, spectators. They come to my YouTube channel, exactly where I am right now, and they watch what's happening on the screen. Other people would like to introduce themselves, so they prepare banners. Banner, it means photo, some text about this person, and contact information. So it means during the event, I will show here on the screen different photos with contact information of different singles, and spectators can notice this information and contact their people, the singles, later on. It's free for everybody. If you're a client, if you're not client, YouTube event is free for everybody, and really interesting it works. We have a lot of couples and even weddings after these YouTube events, even if just showing the photo and showing some information. Again, just because all these people, they are ready to commit to spend more time for their dating, for their relationship, and not just sit on Tinder and swipe right, swipe left. And for if you live in Berlin, if you live in Berlin, or if you know somebody from Berlin, you can recommend our event on 22nd of February. I will be in Germany, in Berlin, and I will organize single event in this amazing city. Usually we have in Berlin about 50, 60 singles, depends on the event. And in Berlin, I host my events usually twice a year. And my real events in Germany, it's a huge program because it lasts about 7 hours. We start with lanyard, so everybody get lanyard with an own name and greeting drinks. Then we start with some team task. I give you some task to solve in the teams. And just because it's common activity and common emotions, people start communicating with each other, even they sometimes don't know the names. And after the team finish the task, I move men from table to table. So it means we do something like speed dating, but in teams. Big part of my events in Germany, it's food. I think food is the sixth language of love. How people chew, how people eat, their behavior, what do they eat, how do they eat at all? So it's all huge part of cultures, huge part of mentality. So that's why at my events we always have dinner, real dinner, proper dinner in one Ukrainian restaurant. And in the next part, we also work in teams, in small teams, but I give my singles some topics to discuss. So it means they have common activity, common task to solve, to cope. They speak about some topic. It's changed, of course, from party to party, they speak about some topics, and you can see, if you speak to many people, you can see who is the right match and who is not. So it will be on 22nd of February in Berlin. Once again, on 9th of February, there will be a roundtable in English. Everybody can participate. It's free for everybody. If you're a client, if you're not client, if you speak English, if you don't speak English, everybody can participate in the roundtable. YouTube party on the Valentine's Day, our tradition. Again, free for everybody. Even if you don't want to spend any money for matchmaking service, you can be our guest and you can watch this event on YouTube. And more local, on 22nd of February is single dating event in Berlin. And very important, I promise you, I just started today with my first ever webinar in English. I will do more of them. I will do more of them, and I hope that next time there will be more people who watch. I have to get into this habit. Thank you so much for being my guest today. The questions: do you have a free dating Zoom meetings for dating? But you participated already at one of them. Why are you asking? You visited already one of them. I know your name. You went already. Why are you asking? Okay, good. Thank you so much for being here with me this 36 seconds. If you missed the beginning of this little webinar, you can watch it because it will remain on YouTube. And I hope you will join my next webinar next Thursday, this place, this time. And if you have any questions, about dating, matchmaking, relationship, whatever, communication, you can always find me, ask me, and I will be more than happy to help you. Have a nice evening, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.